Let's play this game. Border here. Race to 700 spec. It's gonna be insane. PvE, PvP, how to farm dungeons, how to get spec, how to get girls, how to get a girlfriend. It's gonna be a great time. Stick around. Some people think the Great Axe is a brain-dead weapon, an unskillful, amateur-hour face-roll option of weaponry. You wanna know what I think? I see a Great Axe. A full-size 4x4 Jeep Wrangler Transforma Giga Chad Alpha Male. We're not just spinning to win, we're out here mowing the grass of the battlefield, chopping down every peasant in sight, and weed whacking like we're getting paid for it. So the next time you pick up a Great Axe, just know you're not just choosing a weapon, you're choosing a goddamn lifestyle. Welcome to the Great Axe Club. Welcome to Scripted Gaming. Hey guys, Border here, welcome back to a brand new video. And not just a video, because as of today, we're going to be starting a brand new series on this channel. So without further ado, let's get into it. Hey guys, and welcome to episode 1 of the journey to 700 spec. In this series, we're going to be leveling not one, but all 7 axes to 100 specialization. And I know what you're thinking, Border, that sounds crazy. Why would you even do such a thing? Well, let me tell you something. When it comes to specialization, you gain item power based on the specialization or spec of set weapon or item. But what some people don't know is that the rest of the weapons in that weapon tree also benefit from the specialization of one single weapon. So it sounds confusing at first, but let me simplify it for you. So basically, if we were to get 100 specialization in all 7 axes, each individual axe will be 100 item power stronger. So that's what the series is going to be all about. It's the journey to 700 spec. And in doing so, we're going to need to farm combat fame pretty efficiently. So throughout this adventure, we're going to be doing a number of dungeons, farming open world mobs, Avalonian Roads, and much more. So if you need help learning how to farm fame, this is the series for you. Before we begin, I just wanted to get a couple things out of the way. I do in fact have 2 weapons that are 100 spec or more, the Great Axe and the Infernal Scythe, which leaves us 5 more weapons to go. So we'll be needing to level the Battle Axe, the Halberd, the Carrying Collar, the Bear Paws, and the Realm Breaker. The second thing I wanted to explain is a few ways I'll be receiving bonus fame throughout this series. Number 1 is the Satchel of Insight, which increases our combat fame gained at the cost of silver, which can be found in the marketplace. Number 2 is the Knight's Vow, which increases our combat fame gained by 2%, which can be obtained through the Conqueror's Challenge, as you can see here. And number 3 is Auto Respec. We'll have this enabled. This will give us combat fame credits, again at the cost of silver. And the build that I'll be using, I might decide to switch it up at some point, but this is what we're going to start with. The Scholar Cowl, 3rd ability Energy Shield, great for restoring your energy and increasing your magic resistances, along with the first passive. Second, we have the Hellion Jacket, great for AoE damage and self-healing, which is very good for soloing those big group of mobs, and that will be paired with the first passive as well. Next up, we have the Royal Sandals, 3rd ability Defenseless Rush, great for increased damage and just overall increased movement speed, which will be paired with the second passive. And for our cape, we will be using the Avalonian Cape, which will be nice for killing those big group of mobs out in the open world or dungeons. And for our potions, we're going to be using poison potions just to push the DPS, especially on those big boss fights. And for our food, we'll be using roast pork, which will help us increase our self-healing and overall sustain. So to start the series off, we will be starting with the Battle Axe, which will follow into the Halberd. Next up, it will be the Carrying Collar, which leads us into the Bear Paws. And last but not least, we will be using the Realm Breaker, all the way up to Spec 100. And since episode 1 is going to be all about the Battle Axe, I figured it would be only appropriate for this week's giveaway, we give away a Tier 8 Battle Axe. If you want to sign up for the giveaway, all you need to do is subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment your in-game name down below, and check the Discord the following week, and I'll be picking a winner 1 week from now. But with that all out of the way, I hope you enjoy episode 1 of the journey to 700 spec. Alright guys, we're just going to jump right into it. Our first method of fame farming is going to be solo dungeons. For this, I typically like to purchase solo dungeon maps, which can be purchased from the marketplace. When buying maps, there's a couple things to consider. One is price, and another is quality or difficulty. So for example here, when I purchase a tier 8.1 difficulty, 120k silver, and the difficulty of the mobs increases by 36%. Not bad for 120k, but I think we can do better. So let's take another look. So we can go tier 6.2. And if you look right there, so it's 58% stronger and 84k. So we're spending less silver and getting a quality dungeon. So just something to consider when you're purchasing these maps. Alright, we just popped our map. It is in the next zone over, so that'll be a short trip. And on the way there, we will be traveling into the black zone, so I'm going to give you guys some tips just to stay safe. On your way out of the portal town, you can just use this buff right here. This will grant us invisibility for an extended period of time, and on our way we will be unable to be seen and we can safely travel to our dungeon. Upon arrival, I like to make sure that no one's around, just so that I go in the dungeon, no one wants to follow me in. So we can go in nice and safe and no one sees. Now here's what I like to do. So for dungeons, if you stay within the dungeon for 90 seconds and no one else enters that dungeon, the dungeon is then closed, which means no one can invade you. So what I like to do is just press escape and hit logout. This will trigger the 300-second logout timer. So all we need to do is wait for the 90 seconds, make sure no one comes in, and then we can safely start our dungeon without the concern of anyone coming in. So you can wait till 210 seconds. Alright, we have waited our 90 seconds and no one has invaded, which makes the dungeon now closed and we can do our dungeon safely. So just a couple things. We will be putting on our Satchel of Insight, making sure the correct passive is on that gives increased fame for silver, which is on, and we will also be using our Knight's Vow for 2% increased fame. And one last thing, we will be switching in our poison potions now that we are safely in the dungeon, ready to go. One thing you want to take advantage of in solo dungeons, or any dungeon at that matter, is using your AoE abilities. Easier said than done when it comes to certain weapon trees and others, but for the axe, for example, you have a good set of AoE abilities, which is really nice, allowing you to cleave down mobs quickly and efficiently. So for rooms such as these, I like to group up the mobs first, and then take advantage of our W ability, Rending Spin, and just cleave them down like so. Trust me guys, if you're an axe player and you unlock Rending Spin, you will never go back. It is the greatest PvE ability in the game. Not actually, but I do like it that much. Another great time to take advantage of our Scholar Cowl and the Energy Shield ability. Taking damage, restoring our energy, a super useful ability. Say we're like half energy here before the fight, we pop it now, take a bunch of swings, and we're near full energy by the end of the fight. So super efficient ability for dungeons specifically. One thing to consider with the Battle Axe, as most people know, once you use the first charge of Battle Axe, you can use the second, which does trigger a longer cooldown, so just something to think about. If you're about to clear a pack of mobs and you can get away with only using one charge of the E, I definitely recommend it, because then it just allows you to jump into the next fight a lot sooner with another E. So just something to think about. Only use the second charge of E if you really need to. Here we are, moving on to the final boss. Looking to pop every cooldown here and just do maximum damage. Doesn't look like he has the biggest chest behind him, which is unfortunate, but you know what, that's okay, sometimes that happens. Nice thing about Hellion Jacket, lots of self-healing on this thing. A lot better for big group of mobs, but still, even single target, it's not the worst. You do decent damage and good self-healing. So overall, great chest piece to have for solo content, especially in PvE, and PvP as well, actually. So he will be going down here. 47k fame, pretty good, not too bad for our first dungeon. Oh, it is an epic quality chest, and we will be getting a little over 100k. Not bad, that easily pays for our solo dungeon map, and gets us a little bit of profit. We've arrived back to the town safe and sound, and I will be keeping a separate bank tab for the loot that we received in these dungeons, just to track how much profit we have received, because dungeons, they're not just great for fame, but they're also great for silver, so hopefully we can get some big chests and earn some big profit by the end of the series. So normally I wouldn't do this because it's not very efficient in terms of silver, but for the content I will do it. So we will be looking for another solo map to do, but this time we're going to spice it up a bit. We're going to buy a tier 8 map, And we're going to look for a tier 8.3. There's one, and it costs 1,000,000 silver. Like I said, usually I wouldn't, but for you guys, I'll do it. So hopefully we get some good amount of fame and silver from this map. Fingers crossed. Alright, our map is popped. It's in a decent spot, just over in Sandrift Shore. So we're going to make our way over there, and hopefully everything goes swimmingly. Definitely going to take advantage of the Shrine of Invisibility here. Use that up, and we'll head on our way out. Alright, so it looks like our dungeon is on a bit of a hill here, which isn't bad, which keeps it away from the door, which means less traffic and less risk. I don't see anyone around, so I'm gonna, not attack the moose. I'm gonna jump in, and hopefully no one follows us in. Again, use that 90-second rule just for, just to be on the safer side. Do that right away, log out, wait our 90 seconds, hopefully no one comes in. Alright, our 90 seconds is up and no one has entered the dungeon, so we can do it safely, which is nice. Our 8.3 solo dungeon. This is tier 8.3 and they are 84% stronger, so I think we can do it. It shouldn't be too much of a problem, but they will definitely be doing a fair bit of damage in this dungeon. I've already noticed that they have a large amount of health, way more compared to the last one that we did. Try and take down the healer here as quick as possible, just so we don't have to deal with that anymore. There we go. Large amounts of fame too for regular mobs too, so we definitely like that. Large group of mobs here, hopefully we can abuse the barrels. That's pretty good, got most of them down, able to heal up. And take them down pretty efficiently. Alright, coming up on our first boss here, I do see a Shrine of Fame behind him. Usually I'd be slightly disappointed, but we are in here for fame, and I believe that increases our fame received by like 50% or something like that, so hopefully we're able to get that done just fine. Gonna use both charges of E here just for the self-healing, just to play it safe, and we should be just fine. There we go. Yeah, 50% increased fame, definitely what we want. Gonna try and clear as much mobs as we can here to take advantage of that buff. And we'll see how much fame we can get. Decent pack of mobs here, looking to, oh my god, that's a bit of damage. Looking to take advantage of our AoE here. Unfortunately, it looks like we're not going to be able to get to the final boss with that fame buff up, but that's okay. We can still get a decent amount just from these mobs as well. Alright, and we have made it to the final boss. Again, not the biggest chest, but who knows, looks can be deceiving. Just realized this boss has almost 15k health. That's actually a fair bit. So it's taken a little bit to take him down, but you know what, that's okay. Hopefully the fame and loot makes it all worth it. Real low on energy here, but Scholar Cowl will save us. Probably didn't need to use that potion, but here we go. Hopefully it's decent quality. I think it's only rare quality. 188k. So we definitely didn't get our money back on the 8.3 solo map, but that's okay because we did get some decent fame. So you know what, at the end of the day, not too bad. Just something to point out, when leaving the dungeon, you will be getting that bubble of invincibility, allowing you to pass back to town, or hopefully all the way to town, invincible. So that is a nice little thing to have. I know some of you are worried about dying in the black zone, but if you do happen to do a dungeon this close to the town, you will be able to get this buff and hopefully get back nice and safe. And with those dungeons out of the way, we're going to be switching over to open world mob farming. So with this, just a couple things I wanted to highlight with my build. A lot lower tier for the open world, just so we're not complete eye candy when we go out into the open world to farm mobs. And a couple key things here. We have switched to the mercenary jacket, just a lot more affordable, and especially when we're putting ourselves at risk. And we have also switched to the minor work boots for the flee ability, just insane movement speed, allowing us to run away from enemies in case we try to get ganked. And also we have switched to a regular cape, just more affordable, don't need anything crazy for what we're going to be doing. And we have also switched over to cabbage soup just to generate health a little bit faster in between mob pulls out in the open world. So we've headed out to a tier 5 black zone, just Sandrift Shore, just beside the portal town. Kind of dangerous, but at the same time with our build and what we're going to be doing, we can avoid enemy players pretty easy, sorry. So with that, we're going to be looking for empowered mobs, so this will definitely make them worth our while in terms of fame. So we're just going to be doing a little bit of scouting around here and wait till we find a mob that's empowered enough for us to kill. Alright, so halfway through the zone and we have discovered a couple empowered mobs, so I'm going to dismount, keep my mount close enough so I can still jump back on if need be, just in case enemy players decide to come by. And we're just going to try to take these guys down as quick as possible before any enemy players catch wind of us being here. 18k fame for killing one mob, definitely not bad. It takes a little bit longer because they are empowered, but overall I think it's definitely worth your time. Alright, so this guy's going to be going down to 70k for one mob. 70k fame in a tier 5 zone, so in my opinion definitely worth it. Decent amount of silver just from a drop too, so that's what we're going to be doing for the next little bit. Something else to keep in mind, it's also pretty much worth it to take on these big pack of mobs. Even if they're not all empowered, I mean, it's still a pretty good amount of fame. It does suck when they're this spread out, because it makes it a little bit more dicey killing them all, but it's not too bad. And you still get a pretty decent amount of fame. So I would still recommend taking down the big packs of mobs when you can. And I know this is a fame farming journey, but I just wanted to peek my head over. Oh my god, this guy just got the chest for free. Maybe we can take some in time. I don't know if he took it all. 24k, better than nothing. We'll take that and we will run. Again guys, fame journey, Spec to 700, but I can't help but not look to see who this person is carrying this power to their hideout. So we're going to take a little peek and see who's there. Just out of curiosity. And it looks like we're running up on them here. Decent IP. We are using minor work boots, which kinda sucks, but who knows, maybe we can get crazy here. Let's find out. Doesn't look like he wants to fight. There we go, we accidentally trapped him in. Definitely wasn't my fault there for getting stuck. Here we go, let's see what we can do. I'm pretty sure he will still be in combat here, so we might have just gotten lucky. Now we just have to finish him off before he gets out of the zone, but it's going to be pretty close. No, aw, man. Slightly better build or boots, and we probably get him, but that's okay. Feel kind of bad for harassing him. At least he got his power for his hideout. Luckily for us, on the way to harassing that man, we actually did see a couple empowered mobs. Yeah, I believe this is almost next to maximum empowerment. So we're definitely going to take these guys out, 100%. And we'll see what kind of fame we get at the end of this. Got hit a couple times, but no big deal. 8k from the other ones. Hopefully this guy above us doesn't bother. Looks like he's passing by. Thank you for being kind. Oh, on the other hand, I don't think this guy is going to be as friendly. But we'll see. Oh, and my mount is now gone. This is slightly concerning. Let's finish this off real quick. We do have our boots in case we need to make a quick getaway. Probably should have avoided that stun. 70k. 70k for him. Gonna pick up the junk that he has, mount up, and we are gone. Oh. Don't forget the book. Another huge mob here. We're gonna look to take him out and hopefully get a large amount of fame. And there's actually a huge dungeon entrance next to us. Actually don't know how strong it is, but we're gonna take this guy out and definitely gonna peek in there just to see. Alright, looks like there is no one in here at the moment. But the enemies are 84% stronger. I'm actually going to switch up my build just a little bit. Really wish I should have a PvP set on me just to swap out, honestly. But we are going to see if anyone comes in here. And if they don't, we're just going to do it ourselves. I don't know. Let's find out. Alright, the 90 seconds is up and no one has entered the dungeon. So, I mean, I guess it's ours to complete. Thank you for your map, I suppose. But I mean, I just realized we only have a little over 1,000 IP, and these mobs are 84% stronger. So this might be a little bit rough, but we'll see what we can get done. Wow, that's something. Look at the health regen from the soup. That is absolutely crazy. Definitely recommend that when it comes to solo dungeons, because you will be full health before the next pull in no time. Alright, running up on this first boss here. Ooh, there is a good sized chest behind him, so we're quite happy about that. Alright, the boss is slowly dying here. I haven't been able to use the Scholar Cowl very well this fight, so it's been a bit of an energy problem. But he is down 36k fame and an epic chest, I believe. Not bad, 189k, and not bad at all, not bad at all. Alright guys, last boss, 84% stronger, let's get this done. Hopefully I can, hopefully I can avoid more abilities. Boss has a large amount of stuff to avoid in terms of projectiles, oh my god. But luckily with our build we have a lot of self-healing, so we don't get punished as easily, which is nice. Just a little more damage. And he, oh boy. Oh, whew. Okay, thank god. 22k fame, not too bad. And for the loot, only 40k. Not amazing. So after that dungeon, we are sitting around 322k silver, so we're definitely going to go back to town and deposit that safely before doing anything else. Right after we kill these mobs. So I just checked on our bank tab just to see how much silver we have actually made from those 3 dungeons. 2 of them were ours, 1 of them we might have hijacked, hashtag I'm sorry. And then the rest was just from open world mobs. And this is what we have, 768k silver. And this was done within 1 session. So overall, pretty good silver and good fame. After farming more solo dungeons and open world mobs, we were able to use our combat fame credits that we earned and spec our battle axe all the way up to 100. So with the battle axe completed at 100 spec, that leaves us 4 more axes to go. Be sure to tune in next time for episode 2, where we level up the halberd to 100 spec, and change up our fame farming methods. But that about does it for me. Be sure to sign up for that giveaway for a chance to win a tier 8 battle axe by subscribing to the channel, liking the video, and commenting your in-game name in the comments below. But until next time, stay safe, stay positive, and I'll see you in the Discord.